play that I linked. Just ignore the fact I never did that. So-
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but now you know. Now you know that you gotta play really, really up close to the target, so you do more damage with this dart triggers. It should be good. Maybe you can also do a live game on that later on, see how
Sure.
that's gonna be. But yeah, for now we can just focus on some of the fundamentals first. See how is the setup first of all. Maybe also look at anything else, but probably position might be good to start with. Also, I'm thinking, you mentioned you've done pretty well with maintaining angles and soldier. Do you think
Mhm.
you have any good game examples? Maybe you can skim through that, see how that idea went for you, like maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then we do the Reaper replay? If you have one on soldier, of course.
Let me think if I have one. I don't have one that I noted
Hmm.
based on that. It was kind of just something I was doing conceptually. Oh, someone's on my door. 1 sec, sorry.
All right.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, 2-year-old niece at the door trying to be adorable. Sorry, I have to
It's
close the
okay.
door on her.
That's okay.
All right,
That's
let me
okay.
find one here. Yeah. Let's see. It's the Junkertown game. Maybe this King's Row? Let me see. This was kind of a rough one, but we did pull it out in the end, but it was a rough one.
Yeah, and just skim through, really. I think should be
Yeah, I'm kind
good.
of just flying.
Yeah. Also, our focus was on really, from what I see, taking angles, making sure you have the good range. Maybe let's just make sure this is the case, and also yeah, maintaining angles. You gotta mark that as well.
I think okay, based on skimming real quick, this King's Row looks pretty decent for it.
Yeah, sure.
At least right off the rip, I was doing it. King's Row view or share. Apparently, other people have been sharing their replays too, because my match history has a bunch of shared ones.
Oh,
You can see other people's replay codes.
oh yeah,
All right, there you go. I like to see it. Oh, I gotta tell her to go downstairs. I'm sorry. 1 sec.
that's fine. That's fine. Take your time.
Okay. Send her downstairs. We're good.
No, it's all good. Okay. Oh, you send me the code. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I sent you it.
let's take a look. Now, really brief, just through the going through the position. Okay, we've got King Zero is pretty decent most of the time. Maybe at a certain point he might struggle with because of the high ground. You as a soldier just not able to take that, so you probably want to do something else. And
Uh,
your name
I'm
is different
F3.
here?
Sorry. Yeah, I went to playing 2 accounts because somebody told me good advice a while ago, and I've been meaning to do it for a bit.
Hmm?
Of to get rid of any anxiety over losing a bunch in a row, make 2 accounts, and only play the one that is lower ranked. If that makes sense, that way I'm not like stressed out about going down a bunch. I still have the
Hmm.
other account at the rank it's at, so it
Hmm.
it was just
Hmm.
one less anxiety thing to take off. Losing a bunch kind of had me down mentally, and this helped.
Okay, okay. As long as it helps, I think it's fine. Maybe you can also find a way to
They're
work.
both plat 2, by the way. I
Yeah,
should say that they're the same.
yeah, exactly. It's kind of one of the things to work on regarding the goals as well. Maybe the part of anxiety can be of what happens if I lose. Yeah, it might be partially you thinking about your teammates, so maybe it might be partially that you thinking about that we not succeeding because we're losing. Yeah, so this
Hmm.
depends on just what goals we set up for us. Maybe that is something what we can talk about later on as well. But I
Cool.
think find a way just to remind yourself what are you taking out of those games, no matter what. So it's always positive goal in a way. I mean, what I mean by positive goal is not depending on if you lose or win, then you're still gonna progress. Yeah, maybe if we're focusing on maintaining angles, or if we're focusing on just playing good range. We talked about that as well. If you do that, this is what matters, right? If the more you implement the principles, the more consistent you are, the more wins you get at the end later on. Yeah, long term. We're talking about long term, so it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
also
yeah.
be partially the thing because the both upsides and downsides, like with this approach, I think this is fine. Like 2 accounts, but maybe you can also think about if you have good goals, it can help you to keep playing main no matter what. And because you keep playing main, then you also play against better players in general. So your time is more effective. You're spending more sufficient time just playing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of applying the concepts, right, and it's giving you feedback. The game is giving you feedback faster and better deliberately. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing as some of the players, they would tell, well, I'm too stressed to play ranked, right? They play quick play, but in a quick play, the feedback is not gonna be too consistent, not too good as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did make sure that the ranked range was the same as on my other account
yeah,
before I sent you this. So they're the same as me here.
yeah. This is fine.
Same as my other account too. I see what you mean though. Being on one account, I mean, if I apply the principles
Mhm.
right, that'll go up faster. I'll face better players eventually.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. That is just something to think about. Yep. Maybe we can talk about that later on, see how the everything's gonna be. But I think we
Cool.
can just write down the goals somewhere. It should be also partially helping. There's also another thing, and just trying to think about is some of the people, they have this mindset where they keep playing and they keep trying to just work on the results. Yeah, well, again, there might be some problems with what results we're getting. Like I told you about this example where we're treating a lot of wins as a good result, right? But sometimes you're still gonna lose, right? So you still might be more anxious. But if we have different results, such as how I'm progressing certain goals, then this is helps. But it doesn't matter. Like you can have these different results, yeah, and you practicing to get those results, even though those sometimes might be not the most quality one. But when you do that, the players just tend to always do that every game. That makes sense. They're trying to play every game like they're trying to achieve that result. But reality is, they some of the players, they overwhelm themselves. They play a little bit too much. Yeah, for example, there might be big sessions. Just I don't know. Maybe you play multiple hours and you're trying to reach that result. It might be pretty difficult. So you can also have this approach of active practice and and having fun. Okay, so it can be two different approaches. And active practice is usually more dedicated time when you actively play, when you're focused. It can be maybe 1 hour, 2 hours per day. Yeah, at max. At max, usually to start with, at our level, I think should be okay. And then the other hours, it can be you playing on whatever mods you want, and maybe even playing on second account. So you just play because you want to play, but you don't actively practice in reaching the result or like reaching the goal. Yeah,
Okay.
let's call it this way.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Makes
that makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, something to think about. Okay,
Yeah.
actually, I'm
This
gonna
was
write
less
down.
about
Mhm,
wanting to keep my rank and more about
mhm.
um going on that losing streak. I just wanted to my anxiety was like, man, I'm just getting worse somehow, and the losses are reflecting that. And
Mm,
um, I it just made me a little less anxious to have another account
this
that
is good.
wouldn't fall behind, or like that my main account wouldn't fall so far. But then I got to the same rank anyway. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, and you'll notice that, yeah, kind of when there's less anxiety, I think you will definitely get to that point. Yeah, so as long as we address this goals point and how do you practice, should be fine. Okay, so at first it kind of feels that we started a little bit in close space, and maybe I wanted to see just somewhere around those long range angles, but this statue works pretty good when you're trying to apply the pressure. Yeah, so this first fight feels okay-ish. Yeah, maybe some improvements to make, but not too bad for sure. Yeah, taking off angles there too. Okay,
That
and
was a
then
dangerous off angle, and I felt dangerous doing it. But like I wanted to get some pressure off my team, if that makes sense, by showing
Yeah.
another angle of threat to them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
probably should have backed out sooner than I did.
yeah. Yeah, the principle behind you taking off angle is good. You just gotta be this quality angles more if you can, and it's gonna be really, really good most of the time. By the way, keep in mind you can always jump between the high grounds too. You can also use your Hilux rocket to keep repositioning between the angles. So a lot of times when you are thinking that you need to drop to do damage, you can even do this, and it deals even more damage to this guy, right? Just I'm
True.
rotating, I'm rotating.
I gotta jump that gap.
Yeah, I'm just rotating, going on the angle. So that's it. Because those angles are decent. Okay, let's see. Continue.
I swear I went back up to the angle. Maybe I picked
Yeah,
up bad
probably
replay.
will. We just gotta have the uptime now. I think it's fine because
I think it
you.
was a bad tempo part because like they're retreating here, so I'm being aggressive.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. Like now, probably good time for you to just take the position. There's no point in staying here. Yeah, kind of do that. Just do it like 2 seconds earlier, so you would be shooting this castle already. But yeah. This is good. If you
I'd
up on
get
the
attention
stairs.
and come right back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tried to use the tree for visual cover there.
This is good. Ultimate is really good too. Just only what comes to mind, you could have done more pressure. That's it. If you would be at the angle right away and maybe more in general. So it's kind of uptime. Yeah, like domino effect, you know, this damage you done in the previous fights, it's all of it adds up, and it allows your teammates to have better ult charge, and it allows the enemy to have less ult charge and space and everything. I just put it this way:
Okay.
you're gonna have more resources, they have less, so all of it adds up. So you maybe could have even just ended up here. Really, you would have just had this first point that they would not been able to capture. You see this 3% here? Who knows? Maybe you existing here
Yeah,
would
it could
just
have.
help your Ryan to get the shot, and that would be crazy shatter. And who knows? Of course, you can control your teammates all the time, but this is really good if you can sneak in a little bit more value. Okay, what about the second point? Sitting here. Eh,
God, just waiting for them to make that first corner. I didn't know how to aggress this first corner because they had
yeah.
what's his name to just come up on the platform on me.
Oh, you're
The
talking.
Lifeweaver.
Yeah, life. Oh,
uh,
yeah.
if I took that narrow angle of high ground in the door, I just felt like I was gonna get pedaled.
Yeah, that's
So I kind of just played a little
fine.
back, waited for them to take the corner.
Yeah, this
It- it-
range is good. You definitely later on can think about the platform again on the left side, the one you took, but this is fine. I think most of the time there's no better angle to take. This is also a really good angle for you. Taking the stairs is fine, especially if they're falling back more. Now there's only difficult if somebody's up close, but nobody's up close now, so this is good angle. Okay, we're keeping this up.
I was
Yeah,
trying to like keep an eye on the
yeah,
silhouette of my tank.
yeah. This is good. Okay, this is good stuff. Yeah,
We
definitely.
still lost this fight. They rolled us round
Yeah.
one. We did ultimately win this, but they rolled us round one
Yeah,
really
but
hard.
this is what I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of times this can happen. They roll you, but because you just look at the concepts, yeah, the first point could have been better was the top high gun. Second point here feels better, at least for now. Yeah, because you just taking those longer range angles, off angles more. Yeah, and this is how you define your progress. I think partially your anxiety you will get rid of it. It's gonna be easier for you. We don't care, we shouldn't care ideally if we lose or win, we just care about the principles. If you apply all the principles like top of 100 player, you inevitably win more of this game.
I gotta
So,
remember. It's hard, like sitting here rationally with you. I feel that, like I understand, or I feel like it's proper to just focus on my concepts. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. Every game's a chance to improve. But when I get in the game and I lose
yeah.
3 or 4 in a row, it immediately like anxiety starts kicking in that I'm not good enough and I'm not doing well enough,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So those games are always gonna get the worst out of you, if that makes sense. They're always trying to show you what is the potential problem you have. So even within, it might be even something related to just what's useful in real life. Yeah, like if you not have anxiety in those competitive games, it can help out a lot. Or maybe there's something else as well. What maybe there's common topic what my teammates will think of me, what they
Yeah.
if I fail and then they tell you, oh, you're doing so bad, and then there's also more anxiety on that too. So yeah, this is pretty Big stuff. Yeah, they have a lot of strategies to deal with that, actually. Let me see. Did I send you... I think I did. How to deal with anxiety one. Yeah, there was an
Yeah,
article
your
of
Reddit thread.
recommendations. Yeah, there was on the
Yeah, that was
Reddit
really
one.
good.
Yeah,
It
that
it's definitely helped. I feel like
mhm.
I've made progress on that in the last couple of weeks between you and my actual therapist. Like that, I talked to her with this stuff too, and she gave me similar strategies to you.
This is good. Yeah, this is good stuff. Nice. Okay. All right, let's keep watching. And just a little bit of this. That's all right. You guys just getting snowballed here a little bit, but it might
Yeah.
retake this. This is not bad angle. The right side usually feels better. Usually take the left side if there's more of a sniper threat. But now, well,
Oh, okay.
technically they have surgeon, but I don't think it's too big of a sniper threat unless they use their real, which is can be a good trade actually if you take the
I
angle.
am.
Mhm.
I will admit I struggle against Soj, because in my head I treat her like a sniper.
Yeah,
She is legit terrifying when she's glowing red. I don't
yeah.
know how to play against her when she's red. Once I hear the shot go off, I feel a lot better for a little bit, but
Yeah, and this is how you do that. You just we can talk about that more later. Just overall, if you're able to bait out that consistent play around it, maybe allow your teammates to bait it out, then it's fine. You just usually want to be able, if there's a sniper threat, you're trying to retake the angles more, so you solve the aim, or maybe you can try to intentionally just go in, bait the shot, and go back in, repeat the angle. Like here, the shot is baited, so I can repeat the angle more confidently. You can actually shoot her, you don't have to shoot the Rhine, or maybe you can shoot this Anna,
yeah, I should
right?
have done that. She right
So
clicked. She was
it's just kind of this moment of downtime. This is when we do that. So, but before we could be baiting that shot here, so you don't have to go for too hard commit. You see the glowing gun? Okay, perfect. I don't know. I'm trying to not white peek that much. You just kind of peek, maybe try to strafe a little bit, go left. You can press crouch as well because you know she's peeking at you. So there's more of a dodging side of the. We'll talk about the movement too more for sure, but it
yeah, that
just
makes sense.
there's
Not strafing, just dodge to get the
yeah.
bait. All right, and then you get the right click.
Dodge, exactly. Dodge is the priorities on movement, and just strafing is the priority on damage. So in this case, the priority is
Mhm.
not on damage. The priority should be on movement. So this is your problem here. That's why they might be pretty threatening because you just gotta know when to put priority on movement and when on damage, and that's it. It will be fine. And
Okay.
you still will be able to shoot, even though you're dodging. Yes, it's harder for you to shoot, and you will not hit the good shots too, but at least you're not getting hit because they're more threatening now. But after that, you can start committing. Once they've done that, okay, perfect. I'm just going back in. Place your healing station, go back in, and shoot them. Yeah, maybe shoot from here as well. That's okay. Yeah, but maintaining... I think it's good that you keep staying here, though. Like was said before. Always nice. And just we take that a little, sure, keep just rotating between the angles, right? Feels like you don't have to drop here, but yeah, well, that's
I
fine.
think I was worried about touching. I was like, I need to touch. I need to touch.
Yeah, yeah,
So everybody else is dead.
it's kind of one of those things where because you have, okay, I'll just go back. Yeah, you still have your Ryan. You can let them do that, so
Oh, he's
don't
still
worry.
alive. Where is? Oh, he
Yeah,
was behind me.
yeah, he's still there. So there, so you can kind of allow this guy to touch him with a maybe shredded Ryan or something, but it's okay. It's okay. Like here, this is also well in the last second that's fine, but allow your Anna if they're already touching, you can allow them to stay there, and then afterwards you run. Only one person needed, but that's fine.
That's a
Okay.
good point. I think I still very much have like when it's near the objective, I go into panic mode. I'm just like, get on it, get on it, get on it.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes you'll recognize them more. Hey, this is really good. That's what you gotta do in defense too. Yeah, exactly. You can make this gap even without the right click. Yeah, you just run in. Yeah, this is good. No wonder you roll the attack. If you play like this, should be fine. That's
Oh,
okay.
and
But don't care too much because you got the first point. Of course, it could have survived too, but that's fine. You run in, uptime. Okay, what angle are gonna take? That's
uh,
really good.
my mental was get some free hits on them. Don't let them just have this whole walk back for free.
This is perfect. This is what you want. Your rotation is slightly off though. potentially here? What do you think is the best option?
I probably should have taken the ramp, huh?
Probably, yeah. You just can choose any of the longer range options, really. If I'm here, or maybe even here is not too bad. I know you're gonna be inside a building, but it takes time, but it can be fine. But this here is really good because this angle also connects you to the rest of your team later, but you can still
True.
exist. Like, you want to do the uptime, well, keep that up. It's fine. Just do that more. Yeah, later on, kind of go here. This entire time, you
The
could be
long route, I
dealing.
finally
Yeah,
made it here.
you could be dealing damage from here. It's fine. And this guy would be TPing. Yeah, you can just try to maintain a little bit of range. And then later on, you can retake the angle when this guy's low, especially. Yeah, in this case,
This
the
is where
main
he
is fine.
ease on us and gets a really good ult, and we all die.
Okay,
I
it's
forgot
fine.
about the as he did that. I'm like, there's a
Yeah.
platform above me, and he E'd to it, didn't he?
Oh, okay.
This is I think I might have been autopiloting right here a little bit, just playing with the team in Main Street instead of looking for a pick behind them like I should have been.
Yeah, there's kind of less options, to be honest, as well. You might take the route here. This is really good, I
I
think,
think I
because,
ultimately do. I could be
yeah.
wrong though.
Yeah, because like now you obviously can build an advantage for main, but if you can rotate to the left, that's even better. Now that makes sense because you already have big advantage, so you can exist
Oh, never
here.
mind.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you just later on, if possible, that's even better. This long range angle is fine. You can also just keep up the uptime, what you did before. You can even sometimes run on the main street and just go up with your headaches here. Just shoot under you and you jump instantly, and
Try to
this
remember
boosts
why
you
I
up.
didn't here.
Yeah.
I know I didn't for a wrong reason. I just can't remember what it was. I think I wasn't tracking when they died as well this time, so I was a little
Hmm.
afraid to take that corner.
That's alright, okay. This is
I
gonna
got
be hard to
forced out of
point
that
for
one.
you, though, because of the high
Yeah,
ground in the middle. But
I was just thinking about this earlier.
they
This
only
third
have
point.
Bap who and Genji, or maybe Reaper, but Reaper is not as good there. Bap and Genji who can take that top, to be honest. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You just need to. I think this guy was hiding above you. Yeah, they usually do that. Oh wait, did they? Oh, okay. He was. Wait, he was TPing in even. Oh, okay. He was not. Okay, I think he was just coming in this way. This is fine.
Yeah, he
Just something to
slipped in
track.
behind us.
That's okay. It's okay. It's another part. Just the game sense. We must look at the position so far. Okay. Okay.
I'm bad at
Not
listening to
much to do.
footsteps while I'm actively engaging a target. I gotta get better at it sometimes. A lot of times, not just sometimes.
This is fine. This is
Genji
fine. Just
Nano. Or
only
not Nano.
do this right side again, and you will be fine, I think. Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
far, just do the things more. Just do the same things you're trying to do is this uptime, a good running in, try to just keep the angles going with all of this high ground, just keep rotating between them. You don't have to drop a lot of times, you can still move left. I always suggest find an option to move left, right, before dropping. Yeah, it's kind of what we talked about, and maintaining long distance. I always
Okay.
set up first, and then let me see. I think there was next session. Yeah, the second session. Did I talk about that? Yeah, you exactly when you're trying to maintain the range, you're just trying to go left, right a little bit more instead of just going forward instantly. Because a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna pick that target to move forward, and that castle was here. Yeah, you're trying to do that, but in reality, it would have a decent angle already if you're here, so it's even better. They just maintain the angle, yeah, create a sharp sideline. Let's call it that. Yeah,
Okay.
so
I
you just.
honestly never thought about Helix jumping that gap, but it has an amazing angle on the bus. It gets right where that statue doesn't go, so I'm gonna be using that.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah. So far here you can run without Helix even. Yeah, because
Oh,
of
okay.
action. Yeah, because you did that too. You did run. You remember when he was on attack? You
Oh,
did run.
I know that I
Yeah.
could go from the upper one to the one closer to this to the capture point.
Oh.
Did I do the other way too? Oh, I don't
Give me a
remember.
second. My mouse disconnected. Just one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's good now.
Didn't
Yeah, I
charge it? No.
just yeah, I need to charge it, and that's why. Okay, now
Fair.
should be alright. Okay, that's good now. Yeah, so you actually can run everywhere here. Yeah, there are some maps, that's why I said that, where you need Helix Socket. Like, if I'm trying to make it from here to here, then yes. But if I'm making from this side of the corner, then no. But there are definitely some maps where it's also needed, I think, to
I
just
need to
jump.
just
Mhm.
jump into some maps alone and rocket jump everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
See
this
where
is
I could get
good.
to.
Just between the matches, you can do that. So I'm gonna just yeah, I'm just gonna write it down. Use Helix to help you rotate. Okay, it can be always jumps, going at the top, high guns, whatever you want. I wanted to use that more. It's fine, especially because you use that in setup stage, kind of poke face anyway. So there's no one to read the finish. We can just use that to our advantage, get in better spots. Also,
Okay.
keep angles more, and this is gonna be do sharp sidelines more. Yeah, sharp sideline, I mean, instead of fighting this, this is what we call L-shaped corner. So this here, this is L-shaped corner, this way. And even though this is long range here, this guy will have an easy time hiding because this is L-shape. But if I'm here, there's not L-shape as much anymore. This is more of a sharper corner, okay? And because, okay, it's actually not this. It's kind of gonna work. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's gonna work this way. Yeah, so it's kind of this is gonna be sharper set on the like this, and so instead of it being more perpendicular like here, where they can easily hide, if that makes sense. You see
So the
that?
challenge from where, yeah, so the L-shaped one, it's low commitment for him. He can just hop behind the wall. Here, he's got to commit behind that,
Mm-hmm.
through that wall, and have to walk all the way back if he doesn't want to fight me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So you gotta do that more at all times. Do sharp sidelines first, or
Write
like
that down.
more, and to do that you just A or Z key first, and only later you can press forward. You can press forward or S key depending on situation. Now so far a lot of times you press W key, which can be fine. Like we saw that here running in, yes, fine. Yeah, before you've been running in here as well, fine, good damage. But I also want you to keep that alongside with the sharp sideline. So I'm running forward if there's no option to do sharp sideline. So far here I run forward because no sharp sideline on this area, but then later on I'm entering here, so I do right side, sharp sideline first, okay, no sharp sideline next, run forward, okay, what's the next sharp sideline? Maybe go here, okay, this is fine, this looks good, maybe even go there, this way, sharp sideline, yeah, I'm not running forward anymore, just sharp sideline first.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna have trouble identifying some of those early on here because I've never thought about lines that way.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We'll get used to it. Just try to find a way to move left, right first, and it should be good. Okay. Any questions? Maybe. I know I only focus on positional stability just here to make sure you
No,
practice
you're
that
good.
later too. Okay.
I know there's a lot of different aspects to work on at once, so you got to pick something.
Yeah, that's
That makes
good. But
sense.
maintain the things you do before as well. The maintaining the angles, just a little bit more of this as well to help you
Okay.
out. Okay, let's look at the Reaper now, I guess. Right? Give me a second.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it should be good. Can you... Oh, there was a code
Oh,
already.
I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I sent you the replay for it.
Yeah, there was a code in the form. Okay, it's here. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, just gotta... Oh, okay, there was not an... Okay, this is the one. Here we go. Now, do you remember what was the main difficulty again? Well, you mentioned there are a few things about the uptime and everything. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
general, more just general. I don't know what I'm doing half the time on
Mm-hmm.
Reaper, and like outside of some mechanic issues that you'll see. So like I said, I'm still learning the up close stuff. I like playing Reaper. I've played him a lot in the past, so it's just taking some time to get used to using my whole arm again.
Mm.
uh, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
some of the shots are really bad, but then like just how I deal with certain situations. I did start on Soldier round one. I think I switched on round two to Reaper. If you want to skip to that.
Yeah, we can skip to that, I think. Should be fine. Yeah, so it
Yeah.
starts on here. Yeah, so this is when it starts.
Yeah.
For some
Yeah,
reason, it
they're
keeps disconnecting me. I don't know why, but
weird.
so, sometimes it does. Maybe I'll have to rescreen share later. We'll see though. Yeah, let's try again. If it will kick me, I will.
Let me see, is mine on? Oh, you're on a different server from me too, though, so it probably won't matter if mine's on.
Yeah. Well, Discord, the ping is fine. It says that everything's green so far. It just might be something with Blizzard. Maybe that's okay. That's okay. Just give it a second. Okay, actually, let me try this fix. Okay, I will stop swimming. Yeah, I will
Yep,
try
go for it.
to just do this real quick. Okay, I will reconnect in a second. I will be back. Just one
Yep,
moment.
no.
All right, I think everything should be set. Can you hear
Welcome
me?
back. Yep, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I think there was a program causing the issue. Now it's good. Now it should be
Gotcha.
fine. Okay, can you see now?
Yep, I can see.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's just go on the defense, and we got. This is definitely a challenging map, I think. With this here, there are so many high grounds and long range
Yeah, I did
space as
not.
well.
I didn't feel confident on Reaper here at all, but I felt like I didn't know what to do against the monkey because he was a really good monkey.
Interesting. So the main choice why to play Reaper was based on the Winston here.
The fights were very brawly. They were very in our face very quickly. That Bastion, I know it's a Bastion, but he
Mhm.
was like flanking and he was getting in our faces a good bit. So I was like, all right. And our team, I actually had chat off this game, which was rough for me. Um, but they asked us for like monkey counters. I'm like, I don't know counters very well, but I do know that shotgun is a lot better than soldier's rifle against them. So I switched.
What do you feel? What character is gonna do more damage towards the monkey on this map in general? Like thinking about the uptime ways. Like just by looking at the maps. Actually, did we go over when to pick each character? Did we go over the maps and such?
Not over the maps. We talked about matching my team comp or the enemy team comp.
Yeah, there
Less
was
about the map. So
there was a little bit. Yeah, adapting pool. We kind of look at the comfort picks, look at our comp, look at the map. Oh, we actually, I think there was at least some notes assessing. We did look at the map a little bit. Well, anyway,
oh wait, we did. Did we? Oh wait, we
I
did.
think
We
I
talked
think
about
there
Legion
was.
Tower for a little bit. I'm sorry, I forgot.
There was a little bit. Okay, that's
I
fine.
apologize.
Anyway, if you look at your comp and look at the heirs and then look at the map and what is the best character to pick, not just based off the monkey, but based off the entire picture. What do you feel like? Just starting with our comp, what our comp is about.
I feel like, and I did switch to this later. I feel like Cassidy might have been a better choice here.
Hmm. Gas can be pretty
Uh,
decent. Yeah.
I had trouble with soldiers that first round. I did decently first round stats wise, but this game isn't about stats. He kept jumping on me, and I really didn't have anything that I could do. So I didn't feel right to keep playing soldier, and Widow fell out of the picture because it was a decent Winston.
Well, to be honest, this map, if you look at it, what this map is more about, uh, just looking at the. Remember we talked about the sideline, just long, short range. Yeah, we talked about the high grounds as well. What this map is more about, what it has.
um, it has it has a long sight range for sure. At one point, but then a bunch of more medium ones.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So in this case, who would be winning? The brawl characters, so even honestly, even dive characters, yeah, who are just gonna have more damage output, dive characters or you on the long range characters? What do you think?
Um, I don't know. It feels like it could go either way in my head, but I'm very inexperienced on this. I feel like dives have an advantage because they can get right on you.
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah, I feel like dives have it.
they can close the gap. They can close the gap real quick. I see the problem is the dive can be indirectly threatening you from the long distance. I think we probably should have talked about that. Yeah, if we're talking about the sidelines, long range characters, okay, those are final long range distance. Short range characters at the short range, but that can be indirectly threatening the long range and directly threatening the short. But there's a important word, indirectly. They cannot be threatening you right away. So it's important part about what do you do before towards those characters. That's why you actually, those dive characters will not have an advantage versus you if you not allow them. If you allow them to have that advantage, then they can get on top of you. Like we talked about the Tracer example, remember? What to do against the Tracer? Well, do constant damage, and because she is not gonna have the blinks and her recall anymore, it's gonna be hard for her to take space. It's gonna be hard for her to jump on you. So it kind of goes the same way about the dive as well. As long as we imagine I'm here, literally in the spawn, poking out this Winston, what he's gonna do? You're gonna jump it here, right? But he already done a lot of damage to him. Yeah,
Yeah,
you just shot him in the head twice. So and you also can
this
hide and spawn, so it doesn't matter, right?
this opens up a dilemma that I have. I can see kind of what you're talking about. Like, don't let them jump in for free. Do some damage beforehand.
Yeah.
It I get torn in these situations. Like if I'm playing soldier, if I were to go back to soldier, like,
Mm-hmm.
do I focus on keeping the Winston at bay, or do I still look for off angles instead? Because my diva is more or less jumping in, if I remember right, and not really protecting the team very well. So I think that's ultimately why I did the swap. But do you think it
Mm.
would have been more advantageous for the team if I were to play soldier and just focus on not letting him jump in for free damage?
It's more viable compared to the Reaper pick 100% because
Okay.
the Reaper is not good. There are some misconceptions. Well, some people, you know, it's kind of the usual thing, to be honest with you, when the people think, what counters Winston, they pick Reaper right away, but in reality, this is one of the worst characters to play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Interesting.
because this Winston can easily dodge you. You getting close, he just jumps back up here. And what are you gonna do to him? He's
And
still,
you'll see some issues during these fights where I can't even keep track of him because he's jumping around like crazy.
yeah. Well, it's also partially not a problem, the awareness. Yeah, but if you're just waiting for this Winston to do something, well, first off, the most important thing, which we're not solving, is doing our own pressure, and it's gonna be hard to do with this comp. Yeah, but again, like we suggested, a look at the comp, see the map as well, and you suggested the gas peak. I think this is fine. Just looking at your comp, looking at theirs. Yeah, I and also looking at the map, you definitely need to take advantage of those longer sidelines, but at the same
Okay.
time, at this
Hmm.
yeah, but at the same time, we also need to try to. We probably can punish one of the divers and potentially create more short range scenarios with the Cassidy as well. But with the Reaper, it's definitely feels gonna be difficult, especially based on the map. It's gonna be
Okay.
harder. Yeah,
That's
but
good to know. Like, I didn't think about this way with Winston. Like, I've known about generally not letting people get in for free. It's like if I
Mm,
feel like someone's about to go, but sometimes it feels like Winston's so untrackable with how often he can jump that it's hard to give him that pressure. But you, like you said, this is medium to long sight lanes.
yeah,
I have the opportunity here that I
yeah.
don't normally. I
Overall,
need to
you're
be
gonna be
thinking
really
about that.
oppressive. Any long range characters works for that reason. Soldier, Cassidy, Widow. It's just one. Some works better than other, and probably Soldier is still fine, but just the way you play the character. So like even Widow is really good here. Just the way you play is gonna be different. You don't want to be too isolated. Usually versus Darius, you wanna you still taking angles, but just make sure it's softer. It's not too flanky. That's all. You just need to, instead of it being like 180, like I would do that on Soldier a lot. Maybe you just do kind of 90 angle will be fine. That's another story. Is how to
Okay.
adapt playstyle. But start with the basics always. Look at the comp, look at the map, and only later pick the character. Never pick the character based on their character, because it might lead to situations like this with a significant disadvantage, and you didn't even know that. And then you just maybe
I feel like
teammates suggesting you pick that character, and this is not gonna work out because based on the big picture, it's gonna be much harder.
I know this is why I'm in coaching, but geez, I feel so stupid picking Reaper. It wasn't a good pick. Whoops.
Well, but this is good to go over, yeah, because you still can play Reaper. It's just how you also play that, yeah. And even though we choose to play Reaper, I think it might be good to just go over that, what he can be doing, and maybe go over some generalities with that character. Well, let's just start with what are your positional things? What are you looking for? What are the positions for you to take on the Reaper?
Um, I was looking for an E here to get in at least a
Hmm.
little bit. Once I was expecting Diva to dive right away. I didn't expect her to
Hmm.
fight off the monkey right away. I should have been paying better attention to her doing that. But my plan was to just get to that middle building, put some pressure
Yeah.
down, and then get out with shift.
Yeah, this is good. So, generally speaking, how you would say you want a position on the Reaper?
I feel like I mean I could be totally wrong on this.
That's okay.
It's side angles, but jumping in with E to get behind them,
Hmm.
or and saving shift above all. So it's like this, like just trying to
Yeah.
get in their face.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This is good. You will notice there are some similarities to the angles. Yeah, we talked on the soldier that you need to take those small 180 angles on the Reaper. This is exactly gonna be the case, but your angle is just gonna be short range. That's the main difference. So
Oh, okay.
here,
Let's see what you're asking. Sorry.
yeah, no, but no, you're totally right. You just said, yeah, you're trying to get in the best angle possible, more with the flank in their face. Yeah. So here, where should it been right now?
Um, so there, I can tell you my thought process. I think I probably should have been upper left side, but the Tracer's already there.
Hmm?
I don't know. My tank wasn't going in, so I was a little afraid to go in myself. I wanted to
Yeah,
match their state a little bit, but
yeah, but when? Okay, because this makes sense. When your tank is going in, you also going in. But this is more about the active state of the fight, like on the soldier, right? When my tank does damage, then I do damage as well. But
mhm.
imagine your tank is gonna do damage now. Are you set up to do any damage at all?
No, I kind of figured E could make up for that. You know,
Yeah,
as soon as she starts going in, I could just E somewhere real quick, but it's still gonna take a few seconds,
yeah,
so
exactly.
it's still not right.
And this a lot of times can also be telegraphed, to be honest. If you do that right in the active stage of the fight, if you just E right away, then it might get noticed. Yeah, if I'm Eing from here to here, this can be easily telegraphed. Instead of it being, I don't know, maybe you can try to E here, take your time, maybe walk, and then my div is ready, I fight. Yeah, this is different, right?
I have
But
a question for you.
mhm,
This actually illustrates a point that I'm in sometimes in this game. Our tracer is already on an off angle. Am I
mm.
screwing my team by not by also pursuing an off angle at the same time? You think? I
That's
don't know
fine.
about
You,
the.
you you can always take off angles. You need to look for quality angles, right? So the Reaper is all about flanks and short range. You're not to the flank and not to the short range, right? So you just need to
Okay.
find that option somewhere. Well, maybe I can take the A side. Okay, maybe this can also be another option. Well, what do you think can be another option here? Potential to just prepare for the fight.
Um, I'm wondering if I could go underneath on the
Yeah,
left side and
yeah.
go, or
Uh,
right side, yeah. Just prepare for them to drop down because they're most likely going to drop down. Someone's going
mm-hmm.
to, and if they don't, I can E
Underneath,
up there from
yeah.
behind.
It's not too bad for sure. A1, or let's call it B, on the right side, not too bad. You can always prepare flank and short range. And it's Overwatch is all about angles. If you exist in here, what are you doing? You're not gonna do any damage at all, right? Imagine those guys are just shooting you from far. Well, we could say that maybe some people would say we're screwing our team by not being with them, but what are we doing here anyway? Yeah, are we gonna do any
Yeah.
meaningful damage? Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Hmm.
a question based on what I was thinking at that time. I was trying to crouch from the cover and was hoping Winston was going to jump. I was still on the brain train of I kill Winston because I know he's about to
Yeah.
go in. Um, but it's still probably not worth doing. You think? I, I was worried if I left too long that Winston was just going to wipe our supports. But I guess that's not really my job now that I think about it on Reaper.
Well, it's kind of multiple layers, but the most fundamental layer there is you assuming the thought process works this way. Yeah, you're assuming that the enemy does X, and then you do Y. Okay, so but
Mhm.
the reality is a lot of times, do you know that they're gonna do X? Can you predict the future? Yeah, maybe you expect them to jump, but they can jump multiple places. Even looking at this here, they can jump your tracer. That's number one target. They can jump this. Who is that? It's your Ana. They can jump your Diva. They can jump your Mercy. Four options already, and we cannot predict the future either. So it becomes so
Mhm.
overwhelming, right? Unless you one of this, I don't know, who can predict the future, is going to be really hard. So instead of your process being enemy does X, I do Y, it has to be I do Y, and after that, because you do Y, then you force something to happen. You kind of force you being more proactive, basically, because you do your own thing. And then the enemies, maybe they respond. Yeah, they respond by doing X. Yeah, I do Y, they respond with X, and then you do something like Z, for example. Okay, that is better. But when we
That
do it
makes
this
sense.
way, yeah, just enemies are doing X, I respond with Y, not consistent, not good, because you can never predict. Some people, obviously, there might be niche situations where it's good to keep in mind that they probably will jump, but you shouldn't be stuck in this mindset of trying to counter their jump because you assume that. Also, the
Okay.
reality is, even though they jump on your support, you can do quite a lot by pressuring their support too. If I'm on their backline, trading backline, it's not too bad. You got two supports and they got one. Well, you winning.
That's a good point. I need to think about that more when I'm playing any kind of dive situation.
Yeah.
It's still pretty fresh or green to me. I don't think about how I just feel like I need to get back and help my team if that makes sense when they're getting dove.
Yeah. The best thing to help out your team is being proactive in this game. Always find out how you can do that first, and if you not able to, yeah, sometimes there'll be situations where you gotta help your team, but 90% of the time, probably the best help is doing your best pressure. Because right now,
Okay.
as we mentioned, you trying to help your team, you stuck at a long range angle, non-flanking. This Winston can choose to ignore you, and now we useless. Where we can be on their backline now, set up to fight their backline. Yeah, we suggested multiple routes. By the way, even here underneath is also not too bad. Yeah, one of the options one.
Oh,
This is
okay.
two. This is three. Yeah, three is probably goes here as well. Number four. Yeah. Now you create your own opportunities, and the Winston jumping, you can always choose to also go back later, yeah, because you're setting up before the fight. You can always choose to probably you'll get your E back, and you can go back to here if it's needed. But at least you did set up your own pressure, so now you're able to fight no matter what, right? And just
Okay.
giving you yourself options.
This is really helpful. Like I didn't think about this stuff at all.
Yeah, but this can be done on any character. If you're more proactive, the way you peel for your team is by pressuring. Yeah, I can't even just write it down. Yeah, the way you peel is pressure. First off, 90% of the time. It's just one of the best things. Yeah, does it make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes a lot of sense. I was confused in the beginning. Uh, Pointing out things helped though.
Yeah. Eventually, I did the TP in the backline, which is really good. But if you can just set up there before, even this is always good. Just do that before the fight. Set up before the fight. Like now, yeah, we're getting ready. Let's set up. Fight the backline. No need to sit on point two. Like now, we set up and ready for the short flank sideline. Yeah. What if it could? What you would be doing here on the soldier, by the way, when you
Yeah,
want
I'd
the
be
fight.
pushing up on my team, being
Yeah.
aggressive. I could tell you
Same.
my thought process here was not good because
Yeah.
I was still stuck in the protect my team from Winston role.
Yeah,
I'm
and see,
like,
this is the
I need
same
to stay.
mindset you gotta have. If this Winston, if he is gonna jump on your team, he's gonna have full resources of not pushing up. But by pushing up, he actually forcing something from him. So later on, he will not jump his full resources, maybe, or will not jump at all. Actually, so you just gotta go somewhere. Where should you go right now?
Uh, I should probably E into the middle building. I could be wrong on that, but like that second floor window.
It's gonna be fine.
Is it,
Yeah. Well, is it
um,
gonna be short range sideline and more flank sideline as well? When we
it was more to
gonna?
get to them.
Mhm,
Or oh, I see what you mean. Not based on this, but what I should have done from the beginning. I should have been up there with
mhm,
my team,
mhm.
E'd into their team, fought them some more, shifted away if things got bad, but just pressured them into backing up even further.
Yeah, yeah, but well, this building works. This building works for that too. You can always go this way, and it will be also
Oh, okay.
fine. Yeah, it just I'm I'm asking the question because let's imagine we take the fight here. Okay, this is usually where the fight is gonna be, and this
Mhm.
sideline is gonna be just fine because you're gonna have this more 180 option. Also, this bridge can also work, but you gotta probably hide from some of their pressure going from main on the right side this way. You can also sometimes sneak in. Well, this is not too good because you can get scouted, but yeah, usually this room is not bad, or options on the knees are not too bad too. Just any of the flank short range options, flank short range,
Um,
any
I
good.
have a question too. This is more conceptual, like a foundational one. Um, in this situation where somebody's got to push the payload, should I just let Anna do it, or would I be a better one to sit on it and let her heal the team?
Who do you think is more viable? Who do you think should be standing point, and why?
I think it should be Anna,
Yeah.
but this is a really long angle where she's effectively worthless, and I don't. I guess I'm thinking there's long sight lines too, so maybe it'd be better for her to go in than me. But
Yeah, well, you see, the thing is, ideally, in this scenario, somebody like Tracer or Diva would push the card because they can get up on the top faster. They can just use their mobility and get in the fight right away. The mobility allows them. Anna is
true.
not bad, but you just need to open up the sidelines for her. But in this case, because just the fundamental mindset is to stay proactive, I usually suggest just to leave anybody on a point and you go up anyway. It doesn't matter what character you play with. Later on,
Okay.
those details, like I told you about the Trace and Diva, this will matter. And you probably should allow them to push the card while you set it up because it takes more time for you to set up. And Anna also needs to set up. In reality, none of you guys should be on point in perfect world, but this isn't a perfect world. So we just applied the competitive mindset first and just leave the Anna go. You go and
Okay.
set up your own proactive pressure. Should be
So
okay. Mm-hmm.
interesting. I'm seeing a lot of parallels that I didn't see before between playing Soldier and Reaper. I thought they were totally different, but there's concepts that carry over.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's a lot of fundamentals. I see this guy, it's gonna be much harder if you done the damage before, and not allowing them to set up, even. So guys, doing pretty fine, your team did pretty good job too in pushing up. And now the same thing, where should you been right now? Where should you set up?
Where should I set up? I don't know. This is one of those situations like I don't know where to go. I could
Principles,
think.
short range, flank.
Um, left side. Like no, I don't know about up top.
Where the
I was
fight is
thinking
gonna
like the
be.
light. Oh, where the fight is. Where's the fight gonna be?
Yeah.
It's gonna be right in the middle of the street, right there, up to the
Yeah,
point.
right there, okay.
They're probably gonna come through the purple door.
Might
Based
be
on
one of the routes. What is another route?
the upper right by where Trooper Mercy is up there.
Yeah,
There
there's
there is the
another
the
one.
blue route,
And also this
but
one, yeah.
yeah,
I
that's what I was
even
thinking. The other one.
can do this. Okay, so
Maybe I should have gone in the middle right by the door and just waited for them to come out. Like
yeah, not too
kind of
bad.
like that point you just mentioned on the last point.
Yeah,
Like
it's not too bad. Yeah, this is definitely one of the options. You
oh, I mean
can. Hmm?
like on the ground
Oh,
floor, like by that yellow pillar,
oh,
basically crouched by
okay.
the
Oh, yeah,
doorway.
you're talking about that one. Yeah, this might be. Sometimes there's a problem though. You're not covering some of their routes when they go up in the high ground.
Oh,
Generally speaking, uh, when you have to choose between low ground option and high ground, you should take high ground. I would put it this way. But make
okay.
sure you're not getting scouted before. Yeah, like on Junkertown, the high ground option is preferable because you can always drop. Okay, so it's gonna be
Mhm.
take short range, yes, take let's call it 180 angle, but make sure there's additional verticality too. Like on soldier, yeah, it still matters. You gotta be at the short range as well. Sometimes it's just not possible on the maps, like we saw there. Yeah, if I'm going here and the enemy is already set up, I might get poked out because they hear and they see me. So this is not ideal. So kind of hide around there or maybe go here. So later on they get
Gotcha. So that
additional
was more of a
verticality.
situational positioning. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but usually it's why not? Can always go on top somewhere.
What would you have picked there? Like what angle would you have picked for this fight coming?
Well, usually this one, you just want to choose. It's through the principles, choosing the angle where I'm covering the most space, having more options. In theory here, but okay, let's just go back all these routes. Okay, let's just sit this way. Yeah, okay. What location allows you to cover most of the routes, most likely?
Probably that blue box up there where Tracer is.
Yeah, that's how you think. You just need to have that option. Just have that power
Okay.
spot where you're covering most of the space. It should be okay. Sometimes, based on the scouting, you can also rotate. If I know they go all the way left, so commit to this left lane a little bit more. Maybe you can sit here if I know they're coming all the way here, or other way, they go all the way right side, maybe in the bottom. Then I take this right side a little bit more. I commit towards that. So you change your setup slightly too. But first off, you can choose the option which allowing you to do more. Yeah, think about
Okay.
options. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe you can also put it.
So still thinking about
Mhm.
I really am overthinking this. It really is just about maximizing my options and wherever I'm positioning on this
Of
stuff.
course.
Which is exactly like a soldier, just a different angle for it.
Yeah, exactly. Just different story. Yeah, like here, this is definitely not too bad. You take in verticality, you have short sideline, and they also have that power position. The power position always gives you more options. You can always fight this main suite. You can always fight this place in the bottom, and it's fine. Yeah, you can always have an option to go elsewhere on this right side lane as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but this angle is fine. According to the way your payload's gonna be as well, not too bad.
That was a battle.
It's so bad compared to not setting up, I think. Because at least now, before start their live grip, you of course want to use the ultimate when they do the commitment though, but even before the fight, if you get a kill, not too bad. Here, you're right. Like now again, how can you set up? What can you do? Where do you go?
I should have probably. This is definitely an example of autopiloting. I'm going down Main Street shotgunning someone 30 meters away.
This
I
is like
should have.
soldier angle, really, really far
Yeah,
away.
exactly. I'm thinking maybe E that window up right above
Yeah.
Kiriko.
Just take this. Take this. If they move away because they scared you, good. You won the space. And you can also move forward. And they start moving away, good. They can move away all the way to the spawn. That's perfect. If they
Yeah,
don't,
that
you just
angle
drop.
is I
Yeah.
love that angle with Soldier. I gotta
Yeah.
use it with him too.
Yeah, yeah. It's just with Soldier, would probably start on the longer sidelines. Well, at least here would not be able to shoot the Kiriko as much. We kind of shoot those guys, right? But with Reaper, if I want to shoot those guys, I just go here, and then I
Yeah,
drop
just shoot
this
straight
way.
down.
Yeah. So it's just short flank, verticality, and you're good. Okay. Well, do you have any questions about all of that so far?
No, this was actually really helpful because I just conceptually wasn't thinking about how to play Reaper, but I think
Absolutely.
like I said, I was overthinking how to play him. Like in my head, he's so fundamentally different from every hero in my head is fundamentally different, and I gotta be spend a ton of time to get him perfectly. That those kinds of thoughts, but it's the same concepts. It's the same concepts.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
gotta stop
why
overthinking it.
fundamentals are important. Yeah, overthinking is also sometimes might lead to autopilot too, right? Just
Yeah, as oxymoronically as that
simplify.
is, like
Need to simplify.
just
Hmm?
yeah, just overthinking that there's different mechanics beyond like that are special to this character that I'm not good enough to know yet. But
Yeah, of course there's some special stuff, but start with
yeah,
fundamental. After that, you can move towards the more special ones, like
true.
we
I
talked
I guess
about.
I meant more just
Hmm?
basic positioning stuff. I got to get 1,000 games in before I'll get that or something like that. Which honestly, I probably have at this point on Reaper from playing for the last 10 years. I
Yeah.
gotta. I'll be all right. You've opened up my brain here on how to play him.
Okay, nice. That's why I'm here, and I think it's good if we summarize. I think yeah, we spent quite a decent amount of time on everything.
Yeah.
So, what do we got out of today? What do you need to work on?
Um, well, we could start with the thing we just talked about first.
Hmm.
Reaper, the fundamentals, playing to my optimal angles. Reaper is not a hard counter for Winston. Knowledge issue, and under that one. Uh, Thinking
Unless
about how to deal.
situation is allowing you. If Winston's playing in more short range sidelines, then sure you're gonna be fine. But if
Yeah,
if not,
in a
then
more general sense, I should
yeah.
adapt to the map better.
Mm.
Play, especially in a map like that. Play medium to long sight ranges against dive tanks and people. Don't let them come in for free. Apply pressure at a distance. Don't let them just jump in, and that'll put up a ton of pressure on them.
Hmm.
Um, what else did we talk about before this? Left to right
Hmm.
movements when applying pressure, like instead of just W keying and moving forward, looking for other ways to apply pressure, left to right. I wrote that one down because the King's Row walls that we were talking about. Um, Finding more optimal routes to things. Um, like when I was pressuring third point on King's Row, running back, I kind of took a really long, dumb route. I think those were the big ones that we really talked about.
Yeah, I think it sounds good, and also keep in mind that mindset, just being proactive at all time. Most of the time, this is one of the most important solutions to any of the points. Yeah, just find a way to be proactive as your character. Make sure you do the distant damage output first. And later on, we thinking about protecting our teammates directly. Yeah, make sure
Okay,
the
and I'm gonna
pressure.
summarize that to myself as like make
Mhm.
them react to me, not me
Yes.
reacting to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is a good way. Yeah, this is really really good. If you're able to do that. Also, Parsha talked about the breaks can also help after every loss, and goal setting also helps with anxiety and active practice versus having fun as well. Just make sure there's dedicated time, focus practice, and the other hours can be dedicated to just playing on maybe with your friends or maybe on second account. That's fine. For example, me, what I was doing, I literally had 2 hours of active practice on my main. That was pretty intense games, especially when you're playing at the higher tier sometimes.
Mhm.
And I just
I
play
can only
2 hours,
imagine, dude.
and after that, you can just play on the other account. For example, I still wanted to practice, but I didn't want that to be as intense. Okay, I could play on the second account. That's fine. Stuff
Okay,
like that. Something to apply. Well,
cool,
nice.
awesome.
Well,
I
do you
think,
have any final questions?
um, not that I could think of. Not at the moment, anyway. I'll message you if I can think of any. But
That's okay. That's okay. Then I will see you later, and yeah, if there gonna be any questions, just message me. You can even send me a timestamp with a question. It's all good. Just message me with that, and it should be all right. Let's just practice this stuff on the Reaper. Let's see how the progress is. Maybe save some of the games like we talked about. We try to apply some of that stuff, and we can talk about might be Reaper, or we can also talk about the other character if you want to lean on. Should be okay. Does
cool.
it sounds
And
good?
by the way,
Mhm.
I have one more session in the month, but
Oh yeah.
I'm probably gonna do